Hey everybody, it's Eric DeSando, and this is my vlog. Thanks for showing, man. Appreciate that. So let's talk about shifting careers or shifting your focus. You know, I mean, I've done it 7 or 8 times at least since I graduated college, maybe more than that. Certainly, I think I've opened 15 businesses over the course of 20 years. So my advice to you, is you can't leave something if you can't afford to, right? So that's the biggest problem. I mean, I'm assuming that you don't have like couple hundred grand in the bank and you're like, I want to start something new. That you don't need my advice for that because you'll have the time to figure it out. Let's talk about the person that's paying their bills and they got maybe 2 weeks before they start starving. So you have to do things obviously differently. So the way I would do them is I keep my job and try to maximize the dollars within that job, and try to minimize the amount of time. So let's say it's 40 hours a week. That still leaves you in 40 for that, 40 for sleep. 40 for sleep? No, 40. No, it's 60 for sleep. Yeah. Let's just say you got 8, 7. You still got, even with that, you still got 60 hours left, 50 hours left. You've got enough time to do something else. So what you're going to have to do is either early in the morning or after work. You're going to have to work, and you should work a lot. So before you do that, you need to go back to school. But let me tell you what university I want you to go to. YouTube University. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm doing it right now. I was just telling Mako, I'm learning how to use Amazon to make money. Amazon, eBay, Etsy. I mean, there's a few of them now. And trust me, bro, in 5 years there'll be more. And I'm going out to places like Alibaba, which is a way for you to be connected to companies like from Russia, from China, whatever. Also, wholesalers in the U.S. I found some wholesalers that I got great stuff with. And then how to marry those things together. So Amazon right now is allowing me to sell stuff, and they're bringing the people. For Christ's sake, are you kidding me? It's the best mall ever. So like I have other jobs, so I have to do this on the side. So I've already spent maybe 20 hours on studying, but that's not enough, guys. That's the beginning of studying. You probably need to put another 70 to 80 hours in. That's 2 weeks of work just to learn it good enough. I've started to buy stuff. I spent $250 on some what's the movie? Black Panther figures, because I found out that on Amazon they're selling for $17. I get them for $4.50 from a wholesaler. That's enough to spread to make money. There's a system to it. You got to learn the system first. But the point is, I learned it. Then I bought some stuff. I'm buying some of this jewelry that I got really cheap. But that was about another 30 hours, because you got to find out what is going to sell on Amazon, eBay, and you have to deal with suppliers, which half of which are scam artists. Yeah, all the time. Hey, bro, send me money through Western Union. I'll send you the stuff. They ain't going to send you the stuff. They're going to rip you off. And they come from legitimate companies like Alibaba. Alibaba doesn't vet everybody out, so you got to vet them out. So you have to learn this. Again, you get burned a couple times. So what? That's just part of the cost of doing business. You went to college and wasted 4 years, and God knows how much money. You can spend a little time on this. Maybe it's that time. Maybe you want to go from being. Maybe you're 35 years old and you've been working at Starbucks and you want to go into, being a doctor or a nurse. Obviously you got to go to school for that. Hustle the government, get the money, go. But try to do it at night so during the day you can do something else. And during the day, what I would do is, as I'm learning those skills, I would apply them to social media like this. I'd start my own vlog. I would start to teach people what I'm learning in college, so that I can build an audience even before I graduate. So when you have a nice audience of people you've helped, you might decide not to go into medical. You might decide to do a show. YouTube's paying you 50 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 200 grand a year because you have such a great audience. But build an audience no matter what. The key is you're gonna need. So the way change happens every single time is the pain of staying the same has to be greater than the pain of change. Now, we all know change sucks. I hate it. Everyone hates it. We avoid it. Our brains are wired to avoid it. Stay the same, stay the same. So you're going to have to feel that. You're going to have to feel so miserable at what you're doing that you'll do almost anything to change. And although you can do it, and you might be homeless. So you probably want to do it in transitions. Once the money starts with your what do you guys call it? Your side hustle. That's a millennial term. Mako's a millennial. side hustle, then you can go ahead and cut what you got, or you can cut down the hours. But the biggest word that your boss hates is unquit. So he may come back with a better offer. Maybe he'll give you more, like Tim Ferriss. Maybe he'll let you do some work from home. You might find out that the fact you want to leave gives you more opportunity with what you got. But slowly transition. And I know that's not a specific thing, but it's really important that you, first of all, you do the studying. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't like college anymore. I think it's a waste. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be studying. Matter of fact, I think it's more, and I think it's hours and hours. And I think it's at 10 o'clock at night. And as the great Gary Vaynerchuk says, instead of watching Lost, which you usually use Lost as an example, instead of watching, House of Cards, you're freaking on your computer, toiling, learning, which I've been doing in the latest incarnation of what I want to do. And, from that energy, because it takes energy to do it, you have to absorb, you're thinking about it during the day, you will start to attract to you what you need to become profitable. And I highly recommend you open your own business. I think working for people is a disaster. But, if you want to go work for somebody, of course, put your resumes out there. You know that 90% of all jobs are given to people that know people. So if you want to change professions, start rustling around your personal network, people you've dealt with, people you've done business with, and be coy about it, but start to put the feelers out there. But that'll help as well. Hopefully, again, you'll become an entrepreneur. Matter of fact, do both. Be an entrepreneur, and there's a thing called an internal entrepreneur now. Like, you work for a business, but you're still an entrepreneur. That may be a way as well. Obviously, on this vlog, I'm crazy. I'm insane. I've never been normal. And I don't have all the answers, but I'm evolving just like you are. That's the only reason why you're watching this. So maybe we can help each other out. Leave a comment below. Let me know what I'd love to see your YouTube stuff. I'm learning all the time from other people. I don't know everything, and I don't ever profess to. And the second you turn into a teacher and stop being a student is the second you lose.